Hello, peeps! Jedi Cardad here with a Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle for you. Today we're against Matt, also known as Master Hodor. You might know him, he's got a YouTube channel. He's also on Twitter. I'll put links to both of those down below. So check him out, definitely. Okay, so as you can see, today I am bringing the Aegislash, the Houndoom, surprise, surprise, Yanmega, Charizard, Flygon and God of War. Three potential megas. Only one of them actually is. Bet you can't guess which one. Yep, you guessed right, Houndoom. Shocker, I know. He's bringing Porygon 2 with the Eviolite, Greninja, Togekiss, Scizor, Arcanine, and Gliscor. Everybody loves seeing that Gliscor in the lineup, don't they? I know I certainly did at the start of this match. I predicted that thing to give me trouble from the get-go, and believe you me, it did. But I'm not going to say too much. Let's start the video. This is a post-commentary video. I'm not usually used to doing these. I'm not as good as the live commentary, but I'll give it a go. See how well I can keep up with the video. So he opens with Gliscor. I'd actually predicted him to open up with the Porygon, but obviously he didn't. He goes for the Toxic first turn. I don't know whether he forgot that I was Steel type or forgot that I was immune to poison or what. But yeah, that was a free turn for me to get the Autonomize off, giving me that speed boost. So he gets poisoned by his Toxic Orb. Standard procedure for Gliscor. I went for the Iron Head to try and get the flinch off on him before he got the sub up. It didn't do much damage, and it didn't get the flinch. So he got the sub up. So now you start behind the sub, getting healed from his poison hail. Now, I knew he was going to have the Earthquake, so I went for the King's Shield. Forgetting that even though it's a physical attack, it's not a contact attack. So it doesn't actually get the attack drop from King's Shield. So he's still sitting behind his sub, getting healed by his poison hail, getting closer and closer to full HP. So I switch out my Aegislash and bring in Flygon. And then I think to myself, I need to get rid of this sub so I can deal some damage to that Gliscor. At this point, I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to deal with this thing because I've got nothing that's super effective against it. And I don't think I've got much that's faster than it apart from my Yanmega and possibly my God of War. So he gets the Toxic off on my Flygon after I go for the stupid Earthquake because I thought Gliscor was ground and poison. He's not. He's ground and flying. So anyway, I go for the detail because I don't really want the stat drop from the superpower. Just try and get rid of that substitute. I lose some HP because I'm toxic, which is fun. It's always fun. He gains HP because he's also toxic. That's fair, I know. He goes for the Protect Stall. I go for the detail again because I wanted to knock it out because it was all I could think of doing. Because I didn't really want to switch anything in because he's just going to get a free Toxic hit on it. Or a free chance to get a sub up. But anyway, he withdraws his Gliscor, brings out Togekiss, which is bad news for Flygon. Flygon does not like fairies. A detail does nothing because Togekiss is immune. So there it is, staring at me with its cutesy face of death. I bring out my Houndoom, thinking that maybe I could scare out the Togekiss. And I'd be able to Mega Evolve and get the nasty plot off, and then possibly get a free hit on his Gliscor. Thinking that +2 Fire Blast might actually do some good damage. So here I go. I Mega Evolve. He switches his Togekiss and brings in Scizor, which left me pondering a little bit. I wasn't sure why he'd want to bring the Scizor in on a Houndoom unless it was rocking the Brick Break. So at this point, I'm wondering whether or not I'm faster. But then he goes for the double switch, which was odd. Don't know what the motive behind that was. He brings out his Porygon 2. Now, I've got +2 special attack from the Nasty Plot. So I hit this thing with a Fire Blast. And even though it's got the Eviolite, it takes about 75% of its health off. So I hit it with a D-Pulse and finish it off. So I was pretty happy with that. Porygon 2 is a major pain in the behind, especially when it's got that Eviolite, which all Porygons do have. Then the Greninja comes out. I didn't know whether I'd be able to outspeed or not because I'm Mega. I think Mega Houndoom has like 145 base speed. But it didn't count for Squid because Greninja outsped me and hit me with Hydro Pump. So there goes my Mega Houndoom, who was at +2 at the time, which would have been really nice because I probably could have taken out a big chunk of his team with that Houndoom had it lived. So I bring out my Yanmega. Yanmega's the fastest member on the team. Go for the Detect to get that speed boost off. He goes for the U-turn, but he does nothing. So I think I can go for the Ancient Power. But he switches out and comes back in with Togekiss. Now I'm thinking that I can still get a super effective hit and probably get some decent damage. Boy, was I wrong. Look at that. 20% damage, maybe? Rubbish. Absolute poo-poo. Anyway, that leaves me wondering what I should do. So, Yanmega gets his speed boost. Togekiss gets his lefty's heal. So I switch out my Yanmega. And I bring back Aegislash because Aegislash is Steel type. And Fairy types don't like Steel types. And then he T-Waves me, which is fun. And then this leaves me regretting the fact that I left Roserade at home because Roserade has aromatherapy and can heal status ailments on my Pokemon. 2 of which I have at the moment. I've got Flygon, who's toxic, and Aegislash, who's paralysed. So he switches out his Togekiss, having done his job and paralysed my Aegislash. I go for the Iron Head because I wanted to just go for the super effective hit and not overpredict. Does nothing. Even though it's a crit, it does less than half damage. Plus, he goes into Mega Evolution, which is always fun. So, predicting the Bullet Punch, I go for the King Shield to try and get the attack drop. And for once, I actually predicted right. No, I didn't. What a wally. He went for the Pursuit. Anyway, he still got the attack drop. So, yeah, he was predicting me to switch out. So he's got the attack drop. I bring out my Charizard. He goes for the Swords Dance to get that attack back. And I decide I'll go for the Flare Blitz because this Charizard is built offensively. It's set up to be a Charizard X Megalution. But because I'd got Mega Houndoom on the team, I couldn't give him Charizard X, so I gave him the Soft Sand to power up the Earthquake if ever I should want to use it. So down goes his Scizor, his Mega Scizor, to a Flare Blitz. He brings out Greninja. Now I know for a fact this thing's going to outspeed me, but I think to myself, maybe he'll miss with Hydro Pump. Yeah, right. Maybe not. Greninja, Hydro Pump, into my Charizard's face. Charizard hits the floor. Good night, Charizard. So that was a bad call. You should never hope for the miss. Never, never plan your moves based on the hope for a miss. That is our lesson learned for today, ladies and boys. Ladies and boys? Yeah, whatever. So he switches his Greninja out, knowing that my Yanmega is going to outspeed it. I go for the attack, get the speed boost. He brings out Togekiss, gets the lefty's heal. So I decide, after the speed boost, that I'm going to switch out. I bring out the Aegislash, thinking that I could probably do some decent damage to it with the Iron Head. He goes for the Air Slash, does next to nothing, because he wanted to hit my Yanmega for the super effective damage with the Air Slash. Denied. Denied, because Yanmega's too valuable a Pokemon. He hits me with the Flamethrower then, which I didn't see coming. Did not see Flamethrower coming at all. He activates my weakness policy, which I was quite pleased about. I also go for the Autonomize to get some speed back from that paralysis. And then I think to myself, I will now go for the +2 Iron Head into this Togekiss's stupid little face. And you'll see in a minute that it didn't work. Instead, Togekiss, with its stupid face, decides to melt my Aegislash down into a puddle of slag. So I bring out my Gardevoir and decide to go for a couple of Carmines. Then the Togekiss goes for the T-Wave again to paralyse me. But my Gardevoir has got Synchronize, which means if I get paralysed, you get paralysed. Nah, 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 nah. There you go. See? So, when Synchronize kicks in, paralyses the Togekiss, and I decide I'll go for another Calm Mind. See if I can set up on this thing. Even though I'm paralysed, if I can keep boosting my stats and get as strong as I can still take this thing out. And possibly even, if I'm lucky, one or two of his other pokes. So we both get a turn where we're paralysed completely. Just standing there, can't move. I go for the Psychic, does some decent damage. He goes for the Air Slash. Resisted it pretty well because Gardevoir is pretty tough in its special defense stat. My Gardevoir's not actually even boosted in its EVs in its defense stat. So I was pretty glad with how it took that. I went for the Psychic. He brings out Greninja. Because it's Dark type, it does absolutely nothing. Kind of wishing I'd gone for the Dazzling Gleam to predict a change. He then hits me with the U-turn, which also I take fairly well, dropping me down just below half. I've got about one hit left in this Gardevoir. He brings out a Togekiss. I go for the Dazzling Gleam, and even though it's resisted, it still manages to KO Togekiss and its stupid face. So then he brings out Arcanine, who's faster than me, and also resists my fairy moves. I decide I've not really got anything that wants to come in on this Arcanine, so I just go for the Psychic. The paralysis holds me back. He hits me with a Flare Blitz, and KOs me, which is unfortunate. Not sure how much good it would have done to switch out and give the Arcanine the free hit on anything. I don't even know whether Flygon would have resisted it, because Flygon's down to just over half health, thanks to that Toxic. So I bring out Flygon. He hits me with the close combat, gets the stat drop, takes out my Flygon before I manage to get that Earthquake off, because that's what I was hoping for. Then I bring in my last remaining Pokemon, which is Yanmega. I go for the Detect, pretty predictable, to get the speed boost. Arcanine goes for the Flare Blitz, to try and take me out with the super effective damage. By this time, I'm already guaranteed the first hit, so I go for the Air Slash. And I don't know whether it's thanks to the recall damage, or because Yanmega's a lot stronger than people give it credit for, but it takes that Arcanine clean out. So I was really happy with that. So he's only got two Pokemon left, Gliscor and Greninja. So Gliscor comes out, I go for the Air Slash, and he avoids it, which is absolute rubbish. Can't believe he missed. That quite possibly changed the game. He hit me with the Toxic, and this Toxic. Oh, this Toxic. So I get the speed boost. Then he goes for the Protect. He's going to stall me out and wait for the poison to kill me. So here we have the most exciting part of the battle. I'm getting speed boosts, going for the Air Slash. He goes for the double Protect and fails. I get the Air Slash. Takes him down to the red with a crit, which is nice. Now I'm thinking, because my Yanmega's got the Citrus Berry, I'm thinking, if he gets another Protect, I'll take another bit of damage. And he'll get another failed Protect, and I'll kill this Gliscor. So he goes for the Protect, I go for the Air Slash. But then, this happens. I go for the Citrus Berry. Well, I don't go for it, it kicks in. So I get the heal, and then this happens. Not that. Not that. Or that. This. Yes, the double Protect. It happened. And I could not believe it. My Yanmega's getting weaker and weaker. It's got 2 turns left in it at best. He gets the Poison Heal. Then he pulls out his Gliscor and brings out Greninja, which means as soon as Gliscor comes back in, it can use the Protect again. And Toxic's going to kill me. But I go for the Air Slash. It doesn't kill Greninja. And the Toxic kills me anyway. So yeah, killed. Effectively by a Toxic Stall Greninja. Gliscor. So there you go, ladies and gents. That was my battle with Master Hodor. It was a fun game. I won't deny it. Yeah, Gliscor was a pain, but I still enjoyed the battle. It's a good team. Good game. If you want to check out his channel, as I said, I'll leave the link below. If you like this, leave a like. Drop a comment in the comments below. Maybe even subscribe to my channel because I do bring at least one video a day. Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed the video. And stay cool, peeps. Bye-bye.